guys, Matt Mills here for Antihero magazine with the last interview of the Saturday. I'm here with Kobi from the awesome Orphan Land. So good to see you, man. How are you?
Thanks, man. Happy to be here. All great.
You're headlining the Sophie Lancaster stage later on tonight.
Yeah, very excited. First time we're headlining a stage over here and looking forward to that. It's going to be one hell of a party. Yeah.
And obviously you're still touring to promote your new album, Unsung Prophets and Dead Messiahs.
Yes.
It's a massive hour. It's over an hour of music. Yeah. Very complex music as well. Very progressive, and it has these these Middle Eastern folk music styles beneath it as well. So how long did it take to actually write this album from start to finish?
It takes a long time. I mean, if you take our career, it's been for 27 years now, and we did only 6 studio albums.
Yeah.
So it takes us a lot of time. Takes me a lot of time to find the concept. And once we do that, we have a lot of layers and ways that we want to tell the story. So it takes us ages and ages to do that. But once you get that album, you can feel that the richness of that album. You could still find new things on the 20th time that you're listening to the album. And probably that's the way we're doing albums. We don't do them very often, but once we do them, it's very long, it's very layered and full of richness and stuff like that. So it takes us a lot of time. It's a nightmare to make an Orphaned album.
Yeah.
But at the end, I hope it's worth it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was going to ask, has the feedback and the response that you've had for this album made sort of the long run up to it feel worth it?
It was a great response, both from the fans, the media. We have received Album of the Month in many magazines, and a lot of our fans really connected with this album. They felt like it's a combination of the latest album, All Is One, together with the concept albums we did in the past, like Mabul and Orb Warrior. So we felt like we touched a point where we reached a new level with our music, and the response was and still amazing, so I'm very happy about it. I think it's our best album, if you ask me. But
I'd agree with that.
All right, it's cool.
And you hinted at this a second ago about the idea of Unsung Prophets being a concept album.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering, can you guide us through that concept perhaps and what the album's about?
Yeah, well, it's a long story, but I'll try to make it short. Basically, it's based on the allegory of the cave by Plato.
Right. Okay.
And in that cave, people are born in the cave, face against the wall, and there's a fire behind them. All they see is shades, shadows, and they think that those shadows are the only truth. One day, one of the guys is unleashed from his chains, getting out of the cave, and you see the world outside. You see the trees, you see the birds, you see the sky, you see the sun. You realize that those life in the cave was a lie. There's much more behind. He goes back to the cave to take his brothers out of the cave. Try to convince them that there's a world out there, you should join me. They think he freaked out and they killed him.
Right.
That's basically the story of every, let's say, unsung prophet and dead messiah in our times. Plato wrote that story because the Greeks killed Socrates. He didn't realize, how could you kill a guy like Socrates? He's the light, the knowledge, the philosopher. How can you kill Socrates? But if you look throughout history, you can find many revolutionaries that were killed as well. You can take Prime Minister Rabin from Israel. You can take Jesus Christ, because, I mean, living Christianity or the opinion that metalheads have about it, Jesus, the character, he was a rebellion Jew against the Judaism of his time, ending up on a cross, like Socrates being killed by the Greeks. If you go and look at Mahatma Gandhi or Martin Luther King, or even Che Guevara for the South Americans, people can say Che Guevara, yeah, no, but he was a revolutionary for their people. So South America, India, USA, Israel, all those revolutionaries are always ending up dead. So these are the dead messiahs in a way, because they were like messiahs for their people. The unsung prophets are people like Plato, who wrote that allegory 2,500 years ago, and people still behave the same way.
It's still relevant. Yeah.
It's a prophecy. It's a prophecy of human behavior. If you go to authors of our time, authors like George Orwell or Aldous Huxley,
yes, absolutely,
they're prophets, but we consider them as authors. Therefore, they're unsung prophets. So, unsung prophets and dead messiahs, they are the one who we really need to focus. But we're on that cave of Plato. Instead of reading those books, realizing their prophecy, we're very busy with Big Brother, reality TV, the ass of Kim Kardashian, gossip stuff, yellow magazines. That celebrity was sitting there drinking coffee, wearing a new jacket. I mean, how can people consume that thing? It's like a slumber. It's like things that Aldous Huxley wrote about. It's like a drug that they put in our brain so that we will not notice what's going on. And the train keeps on moving and moving and moving. So that was the short version of our concept.
Yeah, of course. So are there any other concepts that you'd like to make albums about in the future?
It's very hard to tell. I mean, if I would have those concepts in my drawer, I would do much more albums.
Okay.
More frequently. It's always very hard to find the concept and the angle that we wanna do it. Maybe that's one of the reasons why we did only 6 studio albums in 27 years. Yeah.
I was gonna say, is that why it takes so long sort of between albums?
Because music, the guys are composing all the time. But in order to put it on a concept and to build it like a puzzle, you need the concept, you need the themes, where it begins, how does it develop, where is it ending. So yeah, it's hard.
Yeah.
And I'm the one to blame.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's all right. And obviously Orphaned Land is sort of one of the leading, I guess, Israeli sort of heavy metal bands.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, what is the heavy metal scene like in Israel?
The heavy metal scene in Israel is amazing. You have a whole lot of bands from all styles. Bands with female vocals like Stardust and Megan, black metal bands like Aralu and Winter Horde, death metal bands like or core bands like Shredded and Betsefer, and many. There are many bands from all styles. You can. The scene is very rich. Bands are coming to play in Israel. Megadeth, Metallica. We just played with Ozzy Osbourne in Israel.
That's awesome.
So the scene is very rich. People are flying all the way for Wacken, Bloodstock, Hellfest, and yeah, it's a very intense area. So I think metal music is very popular probably for us as well.
And one thing I noticed listening to Unsung Prophets as well is you actually censor yourself on the album. Like there are moments that you have to bleep out.
The what?
There are moments on the album that you have to bleep out. This might just be my copy that I have, but there are songs that where like curse words are like bleeped out.
Yeah, but we did it as a part of the concept.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't anything done by the label or by the censorship.
Right, I was going to ask.
We did it as a conceptual joke, because sometimes you bleep the word dick, but then look at the television. I mean, Frank Zappa said there are no bad words.
Yes.
If the word dick is being used, it's the perfect way to describe what you wanted to say. You cannot bleep words. You cannot censorship words. It's useless. I mean, look what's going on in our world. What are you trying to censor? Kids from hearing the word dick, look at their cell phone. They can go to YouPorn any second.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's something that we did as a criticism and a joke of how ridiculous it is.
Right.
So it's a part of the music. It's a sound. Beep. It's like a part of the music.
Yeah.
But when I do it on stage, the word dick comes in. I'm growling dick. No problem. Okay. Yeah, it's
awesome stuff. Thank you so much for hanging out, man.
Sure,
it's a real joy to chat with you.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Unsung Prophets, Dead Messiahs. Everyone go and pick it up. Awesome stuff.
Cheers.
Thank you, man. Cheers.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.